All right, all right. It's Tanya Smith here with Get Noticed with Video at getnoticedwithvideo.com. This is our live weekly show, and I'm actually going on a special night. I'll say special night because usually we're on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Central, but we had to switch it up a bit this week. Things have been a little hectic. I want to share with you that we're going to answer this question, and many of you have asked, so I'm broadcasting in multiple places live right now. Many of you have sent me emails, you've sent me IMs, messages, comments in various posts to share that you have questions as a newbie to live streaming about the biggest mistakes and how to avoid them. So, tonight we're going to cover three of the top mistakes that are made by newbies who are getting started with live streaming. I'm going to be transparent and honest as I always am. I'll answer your questions. I am here live with you, and I am super excited and thrilled that you're taking time to watch. So, if this is the first time that you've seen my live show, feel free to put in the comments #new because I want to know and I want to recognize you. Also, what I'm doing right now is double checking to make sure that everything is working. So here's what I'm going to do as we have our cameras rolling. I'm going to make sure that we showcase our very quick intro video, and then I'll come back, reintroduce the topic, and talk a little bit about three top mistakes that are made by newbies when you're doing your live streams. All right? All right, I'll see you back here. All righty, folks. Thanks again. Welcome back. I am so super excited and thrilled that you're here. So, if you're brand new and you're either on my group page or you are in my Facebook profile, because I really don't often go live on my personal profile. If you've never given StreamYard permission before, go to streamyard.com/Facebook. That way you can give permission to share your name and your picture so that I can acknowledge you personally. So thank you so much for showing up and for coming. I'm also going to acknowledge the folks in my Get Noticed with Video VIPs group because there, right now in this moment, we are actually doing a 5-day live challenge. So we're right smack in the middle of the week. They're in day 3 of the 5 lessons. And I am very thrilled because tomorrow they're going to be doing their first, or maybe not even first, but doing a live video. So, if you are interested in trying to become a part of our next challenge, which will likely be next month, feel free to join us over at the Get Noticed with Video VIPs group. Again, very thrilled that we're and honored that I'm able to answer questions there and to talk a lot about how to simplify the way in which you go live. So, let's dive into our topic. And I will pull up my notes real quick to make sure that we get through these because I want to stay structured as best as I possibly can. So today's topic again is going to be about mistakes that newbies make. So for those of you who know me, I have been in business for more than 10 years doing coaching in some form or fashion related to marketing strategy. But it was really only the past few years or so that I started really deeply diving into doing more video and especially more on camera video because, frankly, it can be scary to do that, right? Especially when you feel like you don't have all the resources you need or you're just feeling like you're not quite ready to do it. So it can take some time to build up to do your first live stream. So basically, in this moment in time, and for the past few years, I've been helping service based businesses to build their social influence by leveraging on camera and more live streaming video. And I'm just super excited to talk about this topic again because it's a very common topic that I hear a lot about. So, for the very first thing, what I will do, I need to acknowledge my people. There's my Tisha. Hey, lady. And then Stacy. And I know we have others that'll be popping on because we are going on a different or going live on a different night. Hi, Sonia. We're going live on a different night. We'll have probably fewer people because you're not used to me going live on Wednesday, but I will leave the replay up for a bit. So if you need to come back and catch up, feel free to do so. So let's talk about the first of the three newbie mistakes. And trust me, I could have written a list of a whole bunch more because I've made them all. And I've taught students that have made them all too. First of all, I want to share with you number one, and number one is striving for perfection. This is mistake number one. Don't worry about striving for perfection. When you're new to doing live stream, the most important thing is that you just get your toe in the water, you get out there and you start going live. Because one of the biggest hurdles you're going to find is just getting yourself on camera, right? I don't know how many of you have seen or done this. I know I have, but when I first started out, I was striving for perfection. So what I would do is I would record and I would delete it. Then I record and then I delete it again because I didn't want to see it or I thought it was horrible. Even if somebody else gave me kudos or told me something positive about it, I didn't buy it, right? I felt like I needed to be polished and I needed to be conservative and stuffy and have everything laid out and say exactly the right words. And frankly, that never happens, especially the first 5, 6, 20 times. It's just not going to be perfect. The thing I love the most about doing live streaming and on camera video like this is that people expect you to mess up. Sometimes you're going to have the dogs barking in the background. Sometimes you're going to have the kids asking you for something, or the TV's too loud, or any number of things can be going on, especially in this moment in time where we have everyone at home. So I don't want you to worry so much about striving to be perfect. Instead, simply strive to get it done. Get your face on camera, press the button, and record. Now, what I often teach, and I'm teaching this right now in the Let's Go Live challenge, is that it's great to practice first, to practice solo. And so there are certainly ways that you can do that. Even if you're doing it on Facebook Live, there are ways, easy, simple ways that you can do this without an issue. And that means basically you're recording as though you're live, but you're not quite live like everybody else in the world can't see it. So if you do need those type of tips, again, either come on over to my business page at Get Noticed with Video or join us in the community at Get Noticed with Video VIPs because we talk a lot about that. All right, the next piece in terms of striving for perfection is that I would simply remind you that it's important to continue to practice, 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 because the more you do this, the easier it's going to get. So don't think, oh my God, it's not easy because it's my first time. It's not going to be easy your first time. And let's see, Tisha said, yes, grace abounds in this season. Yes, it does. We are so forgiving and we should be forgiving of each other right now in these moments. Plus, here's the thing. I think over time, many of us, when we're making a purchase now, and maybe this didn't used to be that way, but it's definitely this way now. Over time, it's become more and more important and critical for you as a business owner to show up as a real human being, not just somebody who's trying to tap into the pockets of the people that you're talking to. So the more real you can be, the more engaging you can be on camera, the more likely people are going to know, like, and trust you. So really take advantage of that when it comes to video. All right, so our second tip, our first tip was there's a mistake that we make, and that's striving for perfection. And we want to stop doing that and simply click go. The second tip, or I'll say mistake, I probably should have written mistakes here, is we are doing the most. So as a newbie, you find that there's all these different tips and tools and workshops and books and equipment. And so everybody's pulling you in different directions to tell you what to do. And so we are doing the most, meaning that we're going overboard with the things that probably don't even matter. I like to tell the story of a friend of mine who spent 3 years revising her website only to have no clients. 3 entire years, and continued to pay different people to revamp it and make it look pretty, but still hadn't reached out yet to a person to serve them. And so that's what I hope that you will get the message from that, because it probably sounded like, wow, why would she do that? But that is oftentimes what you as a newbie are doing too. You're setting yourself up by going out, buying a bunch of video equipment, cameras, lighting. I can't tell you how many people I talked to, and in our first call, they typically say, yeah, well, I've got this whole room full of equipment. I've got all these shadow box lights, and I've got a new camera, and I've got 3 microphones, and they've spent a ton of money, but never once gone on live and never once gone on camera, even with a pre-recorded video. So stop doing the most. Do the minimum, meaning that work with what you have. Whatever resources you have right now, and I'll tell you one of the best resources is this little thing right here, your phone. You don't need to buy a whole bunch of expensive equipment to be on camera. Nowadays, you can simply pick up your smartphone and click the button and record. Seriously, on just about any platform that you can think of, any of them. So don't spend a ton of money on platforms. Don't spend a ton of money on video equipment. And here's another thing that tends to be part of doing the most is going live every day or making a commitment that you know practically you cannot meet. So there are a lot of folks that go live every day and it works wonderfully for them. I tried doing it twice a week and that did not work out so well because sister girl over here was loaded up with stuff to do. And so if you're planning and taking preparation, which you should be doing for your videos, then it's going to take additional time above and beyond just getting on the camera, right? So realistically, look at your calendar and figure out what makes the most sense. Yes, you love this Streamlabs. I love StreamYard as well. So I'm using StreamYard, for those of you who don't know, to actually share my video. And that way it gives me a chance to really engage with people. But let me give you this on the back end of that mistake that people make. When I said doing the most, you don't have to start out with a platform like StreamYard. Again, you can literally use your phone, use what you have right now, and then get in the habit first of doing more videos so that then you are going to recoup the investment that you're making and all of that extra equipment and those different platforms that you're paying a subscription fee for. You want to make sure that you're maximizing your time and your money. So that's mistake number 2, doing the most. We got to cut that out and start simple. The third and final tip that I would share is this one. We can get that to show up. Once and done videos. So here's the thing. This is what I mean when I say that. There is nothing like you putting a whole bunch of effort, sweat, tears into your video. You've done all this preparation, you've gotten ready, you've put an outline together, you got your setup going. You know, maybe you're even using a green screen. I don't really use them often anymore, but I'll pull them out again because lately I've been getting more questions about how to use them. But if you're doing all of that, you're spending the time, get the maximum benefit from that video. The once and done is not enough, meaning think further than simply just recording the video and leaving it there. Record the video and convert it into other forms of content. Record the video, let it be in your Facebook Live or wherever it may be, and repost it and reshare it 90 days later. If you look right now on my Facebook business page at Get Noticed with Video, you'll find I have an entire library of videos. And so oftentimes, if I can't quite think of what I want to talk about, I can reshare those posts. Or if someone comes up with a question or they send something to me and say, hey, do you know anything about this? Or I'd like to learn more about this. I can point them to that video. Or if I've converted it into a blog, which is normally what I do because I'm all about repurposing, then I can point them to my blog, which then gives me more SEO or search engine optimization juice to my property, not just Facebook's property, not just YouTube's property, right? But my property. So I want you to start thinking strategically as a new or tenured person who's been doing live streams and think about how you can get a lot more from a single 15, 20, 30-minute video. Literally, I probably take one video and repurpose it into about 8 different pieces of content every week. So just imagine how much content that really is and what it can do to keep your presence visible, to make sure that people constantly get to see you and they come to rely on your content and to rely on your expertise, and they want to invest in your services, programs, and products. So these are my 3 tips. I will tell you that very soon I'm going to be sharing more information. In fact, I'll share right now that there is a new course, a new program that we're going to be delivering. It's called Repurpose Your Live Video, and it is going to be delivered on July 31st. We're going to be going live in a 3-hour boot camp. So it's a half a day boot camp. So definitely go and check that out, repurposeyourlivevideo.com. Why? The importance of that is I've often taught various classes where we talk about and I teach you how to repurpose. But what I found with a lot of these courses and programs is that if you try to do it on your own, you may or may not take every lesson, and you definitely have a strong likelihood of not taking action at the end. So this is going to be a boot camp, a 3-hour boot camp where you, me, and several other people in a small group under 15 are going to be creating multiple pieces of content from a single video. So we're going to spend the time to do that together. I'm going to walk you through my step-by-step processes and my systems and tools that I use to do this. And we're going to get this stuff done so that by the time you end up leaving that boot camp, you're going to have content that is ready to go, ready to post and ready to share, and to be part of your strategic calendar. So I'm really, really excited about that. I'll share it one more time. It is repurposeyourlivevideo.com. Now, for those of you who are in my Facebook group, I want to make sure that you have a special discount code. So do not yet purchase until you see the special discount code that's going to show up in the group at Get Noticed with Video VIPs. I want to make sure you know that. And I'll be discussing it because we're going to be meeting here shortly anyway, in about 45 minutes or so in our meeting room to talk about lesson 3 and to get you ready to do your live video tomorrow. So again, I just want to give a shout out to the folks, my VIPs over in the group and in the community. Now, I'm looking to see if I have any questions. If there's anybody that has any other questions about newbies, if you're new to live streaming, if you're just trying to figure out what else you need to do, how to prepare to do your next video series, or simply just a couple of videos that are promoting your brand, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can ask here, or you can certainly ask on my website or through the group. I'm always accessible. Let's see, Marcia has a question. Oh, she has a statement. If you've been hesitating about going live, working with Tanya will help you overcome. I appreciate that, Marcia. And again, I'm so super proud of you because I know you've just been doing it. Now you've got a taste and you actually see that what I shared works. All right. So, folks, again, because this is not on our normal night, I don't think I'm going to have as many questions, but I am absolutely going to make sure that I come back and take a look. So if you're watching the replay, type in #replay so I can come back and make sure that I'm addressing your questions, because I do watch, I pay attention. And also I want to make sure that what are you using to stream? So I'm actually using StreamYard right now, Pallavi. Yep, I'm using StreamYard at the moment. So if you want to test out StreamYard, feel free to go ahead and click on tanya.click/StreamYard, and that'll take you to do a free trial with the service that I'm using. But I do love it, and I am certainly happy to help you to get yours set up if that's something you're interested in and need. Let's do a quick recap. Let's talk about the 3 tips in terms of newbies and how to overcome these mistakes. So I'm just going to do a very quick recap to make sure you've got them all. The first mistake is striving for perfection. We don't want to do that. We want to just get the click and go, because the more you do it, the easier it will become. Tip number 2 is stop doing the most, man. Doing the most is the mistake number 2, rather. Again, I should have put it that way. It's mistake number two. And the third one is once and done videos. So doing the most again is about the idea of just overdoing it to the point to where you don't take any action, right? It's that analysis paralysis. We're just thinking so much about it, we don't do anything. And then that final one again about once and done videos, I want to encourage you to look for ways and get creative about how can I repurpose the work that I just created through a video into other forms. And we can help you do that at repurposeyourlivevideo.com. All righty, folks. Thank you so much for joining me this evening for this brief and off cycle weekly live stream. But I will be back on next Tuesday with some free training again. We do this every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central over at facebook.com. Get Noticed with Video. You can also find me on YouTube, Tanya Smith. All right, folks, take care and have an amazing, blessed, and safe week.